Hello, I'm Penny Melville-Brown from Baking Blind. My first career was in the Royal Navy until I lost my sight. So it was a real honour to win the Holman Prize that commemorates James Holman, who, like me, was blinded while serving in the Navy, and he went on to travel all over the world. I hope I've honoured James Holman by following in his footsteps and finding some of his sense of adventure. This video is all about nature, how it can make life much more possible, but how it can bring people very close to death.
And I'm here in Australia with Fred from Fred's Bush Tucker.
How you going, fellas?
Yeah, and we're in a certain area of Aboriginal people here, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Tell me what it is.
Okay, we're in the land of the Dharawal people, which stretches from probably Sydney all the way down to a place called Nowra. And there's all sorts of different countries in Australia.
Yep.
People have heard of saltwater people, desert people, rainforest people. So all around Australia there's really different countries in there too.
And different cultures in each one.
And different cultures in each one.
So we're going to go and look. This is a big Banksia tree.
It is.
And we're going to go and look at other Banksia and what we can do with those. And Fred's going to show me how to make this little bracelet. So lots to see while Fred shows me what we can do with the natural vegetation in this area.
Lomandra was the first plant he showed me.
This stuff's called Lomandra.
Yeah.
It's like a spiny grass.
Yeah.
There's plenty of uses for this one plant. Come on. Oh, there we go.
Oh wow. That's a really fleshy base, isn't it?
Yeah, now down the bottom there, it's a bit like rhubarb, and that's full of starch and carbohydrates and stuff like that.
And can you use these leaves for anything?
You certainly can. I'm glad you asked.
He showed me how strong it was and how strands of the leaf can be plaited.
Well, I just thought you could nearly make like a container, a bag with this.
Simple little knot. It's not going to last forever.
No.
There we go.
Do you cut it off without the axe?
So this is the flower heads of the Lomandra.
Yep.
And what you can do with them when they're dried is you can get all the seeds out and grind them down on a rock and mortar and pestle.
Yep.
Then you have flour.
Oh, really?
A little bit of water.
Yeah, and make a simple bread.
Yep.
A flat bread or something like that.
Banksia was the next plant.
It's called a Banksia. There's several species of Banksias around.
Yep.
Thing is with this plant, it comes up with nice flowers.
Is this a flower?
That's a flower.
Wow, that's huge. This is the dried seed pod, isn't it?
Dried seed pod
Of the Banksia, and it's really lovely and tactile.
Yep.
Yep.
If you're the cook in the camp,
Yes.
and you've got to go to another campsite,
Yep.
you can put this in the fire at the end,
Yes.
and it'll just stay like coals. It's not actually going to catch on fire.
Yeah.
So this will keep alight for about two or 3 hours.
Because it must have lots of natural oils in it because of the seeds.
Yep.
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 So
You can put it in one of these baskets that you just made, and carry it to the next campsite. And that way you don't have to light the fire up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then there was Tasmanian mountain pepper.
This is some Tasmanian mountain pepper. So you only need a little bit.
I'm going to take a little bit. May I hand you that back, please?
Yep, I've got it.
So there it is. This is much fun. Have you ground this up?
Yes.
So does it come out like the size of...
It's a small berry as well.
Like a peppercorn?
Yeah.
What?
No.
No?
No.
Sure?
Yeah. Not to begin with.
Fred's safety tips for bush tucker. Fred thinks of the landscape as his supermarket.
Sure is. I mean, you can see all the plants around, and I guess with the animals, if it moves, you eat it. And but with a lot of plants and things, you can eat a lot of them. But there's one way you can make sure of things, especially with berries.
Yeah.
People are unsure which berries you can eat. A couple of rules is the colour.
Yeah.
If it's red, it usually means bad.
Yeah.
Although you think of things like strawberries and
Yes.
raspberries, so that rule doesn't count all the way. Another one is if the birds are eating them, it's a pretty good sign that they're going to be
kill
okay.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next way is if you grab a berry,
Yeah.
and you put a bit of juice just on the soft part of your palm here,
On your wrist.
on your wrist.
Yeah.
And if it starts swelling up or gets itchy,
Yeah.
and
Don't eat it.
yeah.
If your hand drops off.
If you're still unsure,
Yeah.
put a bit on the inside of your lip.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. And if it starts swelling up or going numb or anything like that, then if you want to go any further than that,
Yeah.
go for your life. Did you learn anything new today?
I did. I learned lots and lots, and
Yeah.
I've got a bracelet to prove it, and I've got the Banksia flowers and the seed head.
Yep.
So I know lots, and now I can carry my flame from one camp to another without having to light a fire again at the new one.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's what it's all about. Good on you.
It was a truly magical time with Fred. But within minutes, videographer Toby and a friend were involved in a major drama.
A dramatic ocean rescue unfolded on the south coast this afternoon as two swimmers had to be saved from big seas off 7 Mile Beach at Jiroa. The British men, aged 28 and 72, were reunited with relief family members.
But it was, a little bit hairy. But I thought, like, if we just hang tight, not put too much energy into it and just tread water, not swallow too much, then we'd be all right.
We hadn't paid enough attention to just how dangerous nature can be. It was a real life and death situation, and I was completely helpless to do anything stuck on the beach. The rescue services were just fantastic. Huge thanks to them, and thank goodness they came back safe and sound. Next time, we're in Sydney with Martin, a real professional blind chef.